Have you ever bought a car and suddenly you start seeing it everywhere? Or maybe you learn a new word and now it seems like everyone you know is using it. The world didn't magically change. Your attention did. And here's the thing, the exact same process is happening with your goals, your fears, your beliefs about yourself, and the experiences that you have in your life. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how your attention gently shapes the reality that you get to experience, and how all of this ties back into manifestation in a grounded, psychological way. Hey guys, it's Gata, and welcome to my little corner of the internet. Here, I like to talk about the truths that I've learned that have helped me to create a life that I truly love, and how you can do the same. If that resonates, I'd love to have you here. When it comes to the practice that so many people call manifestation, a lot of us are taught that it's just about wanting something badly enough and then receiving it. And while I absolutely believe that positive thinking has a real place in the world, life isn't a fairy tale. If everyone just got the things that they wanted badly enough, the world would be a really different place. So, what's actually happening? Your brain receives millions of pieces of sensory input at any given moment. If you were consciously processing all of that, you'd be completely overwhelmed. So your mind filters. It decides what matters and what doesn't. And here's the key. Your brain isn't trying to make your dreams come true. It's trying to prove you right. The Reticular Activating System, or RAS for short, is essentially the filtering mechanism for your mind. It decides what information reaches your conscious awareness. Think of it like a spotlight on stage. The stage itself may be filled with actors and props, but wherever the spotlight shines is what you're actually noticing. Your RAS is the spotlight for your life. It doesn't create reality, it curates it. And this filter is highly influenced by what you're repeatedly focusing your attention on. Here's a really simple way to picture this. Imagine you have a water pitcher with a filter inside of it. Whatever manages to make its way through the filter will end up in your glass. If the filter is clean and functional, your water's clear. But if it's clogged or damaged, the water that comes through it is going to change too. Your attention is the same way. Life sends you a constant stream of experiences, opportunities, and information. But your RAS is what filters what actually gets through. So if your filter is turned toward failure, rejection, or fear, that's what's going to get through into your lived experience. If it's tuned toward possibility, connection, and growth, you'll start to notice those things too. Not because you've changed, but because your filter has.
And this is exactly why manifestation practices like affirmations, visualization, and journaling can be so powerful. They aren't magic, they're practical ways to gently train your attention and shape what your brain filters as important.
I want to give you one small example of how this has shown up in my own life. Right out of college, I made my first big girl purchase and got myself a new car. And boy, did I pick a beauty. A bright blue Mini Cooper with white stripes right down the middle. She was adorable, very eye-catching. I had never seen another car like this before until I got her out on the road. Suddenly, I started seeing that exact same car, same bright blue color, same racing stripes everywhere. And no, not everyone in my town had suddenly rushed out to copy me, but my attention had shifted. My RAS flagged that this specific make, model, and color of car was important now because it was a part of my lived experience. And so I started noticing it in ways that I never had before. And interestingly, now that I don't drive that car anymore, I rarely see them out and about. Not because they've all disappeared, but because it's no longer relevant to me and my life. There is an important nuance here. Intentionally shaping your attention is not about pretending problems don't exist or forcing yourself to think positively all the time. Your RAS is not a magic wand. It's a filter. If something genuinely needs your attention, ignoring it is not going to make it disappear. What this does mean is that constantly scanning for danger, failure, or worst case scenario teaches your brain to prioritize those things, even when safer or more hopeful possibilities are present. In the wellness space, sometimes this idea of attention gets distorted into just think positively and everything will work out. That's not what I'm talking about here. This isn't about denying reality. It's about intentionally deciding what parts of your reality are going to carry the most weight. Because where your attention goes, your energy, your decisions, and your behavior tends to follow. Often, nothing changes on the outside at first. What does change is how you interpret things, what you notice, and what you're willing to act on. Meaningful attention trading doesn't require hours of meditation or drastic lifestyle changes. It can be as simple as intentionally choosing an area of your life to focus your attention on for a few minutes every day. Because over time, your brain will start to understand, this is important now, and it starts filtering accordingly. You'll notice opportunities you may have ignored before. You'll be more willing to put yourself out there. You may respond differently to situations that once would have caused you to shut down. Remember, your mind is looking for evidence to support the things you already believe. What you focus on, you move toward. Small shifts in attention can lead to massive changes in your life. Not immediately, but gradually and gently. Here's what I want you to remember. You are not broken. You've simply trained your brain to think in a certain direction. Your attention is one of the most powerful tools you have, not because it controls the universe, but because it shapes the lens through which you experience your life. You're not stuck because you're incapable. You're simply looking through a filter that no longer serves you. And the beautiful thing is, filters can change. When your attention shifts, your perception shifts. When your perception shifts, your choices shift. And gradually, over time, if your choices are shifting, your life will too. Not because of magic, but because of the design of the human mind. If you're still here with me, thank you, truly. I love these little conversations that we get to have each week. If something in this video resonated with you, please share it in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you're working on right now. In my next episode, we're going to be unpacking the differences between the law of attraction and the law of assumption, and how understanding this distinction can make manifestation feel a lot more grounded and practical. It's going to tie all of this together in a really powerful way. If you haven't watched my earlier videos in this series and you want to see how this all connects, your self-concept, your nervous system, and now your attention, my playlist, Law of Attraction for Cynics, is right here. So I'll catch you over there, or I'll just see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself. Bye, guys.